Bardzo specjalny wywiad dzisiaj, bo z 3 gośćmi prosto z UFD Gym. First and one and only, Dijakovic, the man who is responsible for giving us such a fighters like Roberto, Soldic, Antun Racic, Erko Junie, and so on in KSW. Iwan, welcome.
Hello.
Witamy też pana Adama Kostkę. Pan Adam jest mega wsparty.
Dzień dobry, witamy.
Dzień dobry, dzień dobry. Dzień dobry. Będziemy dzisiaj robić trochę wywiad po angielsku i trochę po polsku, a za jakiś czas pewnie jeszcze po niemiecku. And last but not least, Roberto Soldic, KSW champ. Hello champ, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Cześć.
How is your Polish?
Better.
Yeah.
Dobrze.
It sounds better. Guys, so we are having some very good news because możemy mówić po polsku. Panowie, więc tak, mamy kilka bardzo dobrych informacji dla was, kochani. Zaczniemy trochę po angielsku, trochę po polsku, ale myślę, że zrozumiecie wszystko. So let's start about big news. It's coming a new event in Germany. Well, a new for Polish fans, because I don't think that everybody knows already Elite MMA Championship, but it's an organization that Mr. Kostka and Iwan Dijakovic are responsible for. Iwan, tell us something about EMC, when the next event will be held, and what fights will we see at the fight card?
EMC is coming soon. Yes, it is an event from my brother Tommy, from Adam, and from me, and the next event will be Elite MMA Championship on 5 September, and I can say it will be huge. You know, we will have great fights, great fighters, and an amazing fight card.
So let's talk about these fighters. Panie Adamie, z tego co już się zorientowałam i gdzieś tam Iwan zdążył nam troszeczkę gdzieś tam chwilkę przed wywiadem powiedzieć, zobaczymy na karcie prawdopodobnie Erko Junie, natomiast Erko miał walczyć z bardzo dobrze znanym kickbokserem Władimirem Tokiem. Cóż to się stało, że nie będzie z nim walczył?
No, Władimir Tok jest bardzo znany z KOK, mistrz świata, który walczył na Litwie. Znany jest także tutaj u nas walcząc, jak walczył. Po prostu ma coś z mięśniem bicepsu i po prostu odmówił walkę Władimir Tok. Erko Junie był przygotowany na to, że już będzie walczył i okazało się, że właśnie Władimir Tok powiedział, że ma coś z bicepsem. Naturalnie miał, bo trenowaliśmy tutaj razem właśnie w UFD Gym i powiedział, że nie da rady jednak walczyć.
Ale rozumiem, że trwają poszukiwania rywala dla Erko Junie i jest szansa na to, że Erko zobaczymy w jednej z głównych walk wieczoru, jeśli nie w main evencie.
Tak, właśnie. Szukamy dla Erko Junie rywala. Naturalnie Iwan cały czas kontaktuje się z różnymi fighterami, dobrymi fighterami, bo chcemy dobrą kartę przedstawić, ale naturalnie nie jest to takie łatwe, bo niektórzy albo na urlopie jeszcze są, nie trenują jeszcze, albo się nie przygotowują. Wiadomo, jest to trudne, ale będziemy cały czas w temacie i zobaczymy, co z tego będzie.
Panie Adam, jak to się stało, że pan rozpoczął współpracę z Iwanem Dijakowicem, z UFD Gym? No, jak widzieliśmy się ostatnio w Polsce, wspominał pan, że już pan tutaj kupę lat gdzieś tam z Iwanem się zna i z nim trenuje, no ale jednak współorganizacja gali to jest kolejne wyzwanie.
Tak, właśnie. Po prostu znamy się już długo w tym sporcie. Po prostu jesteśmy tutaj w Niemczech, obok siebie, mieszkamy razem, niedaleko siebie. Widzimy się zawsze na treningach od młodych lat, po prostu powiem tak. No współpracujemy razem, no wiadomo, chcemy ten sport doprowadzić do tego, żeby trochę był znany i w Niemczech i po prostu, żeby zainteresowanie było większe i w Polsce, i w Niemczech, dlatego chcemy stworzyć trochę więcej atrakcyjnych walk, żeby po prostu było fajnie. No.
Iwan, whose idea was this event, EMC? Whose idea was it, and why do you plan to organize it?
You mean the event? Whose idea? We make the first event 2017 to give our young fighters some platform, you know, that they can fight and that we can build our fighters, you know. But now we decide to make it big and to bring real fights to Germany, you know, real international fights. I would say, you know, like KSW make it with great fights, and our idea is the same, to bring really good fights and good fighters to German, to EMC, and to give fans great fights, amazing fights, you know, that the 50-50 fights, you know, that you exciting to watch, and that you don't know who will win in this fight, you know.
Okay, I already know about some names that we can see at the fight card. You told me before the interview that there is a big chance, there is a plan to have Ismail Naurdiev on the card.
It's right, yes. No, Ismail Naurdiev signed with EMC. We are really proud of it, you know. Ismail comes from UFC. He has a 2-2 record from UFC. And now he signed with EMC, yes, and he will fight on 5 September on EMC.
How
and
did it
soon,
happen that he's fighting in EMC and not fighting for UFC anymore?
What I heard, you know, I'm not the manager of Ismail Naurdiev. He's under contract from the management from Conor McGregor. I heard that they decide don't make a new contract, that because Ismail is still young, 23 years old, and he won't make some more experience outside of UFC and then go back. And I heard he's free, he's a free agent. We give him a great offer, Adam, my brother, and me, and the management agree, and they sign with us, you know, and we are really, really happy to have him at EMC, because I see Ismail is a really great fighter, you know, one of the best welterweights, and I'm excited to see him in the EMC cage.
Roberto, as a champion of KSW, do you have any opportunity to fight at EMC?
I want, but my manager said no.
He can't.
So you have.
Lewandowski said too. No,
he can't fight.
I want to fight. I want to fight. I'm
Because
ready tomorrow.
because he have an exclusive contract with KSW. He is the champion of KSW, and he can't fight
But soon,
for EMC.
See you soon.
Okay, well, it was a joke. For sure, I know that he has an exclusive.
EMC made really good card. I want if I don't have contract like now, I go fight tomorrow. But it's exclusive contract, so I need to wait for KSW. But the EMC gonna be huge now. It's really good fighters, UFC fighters, KSW fighters, Ryzen fighters, you know, PFL fighters. It's gonna be a great show.
As I hear, there will be plenty of guys connected with other organizations. Is it hard to cooperate with such organizations like Ryzen, Bellator to have their fighters on your card?
No, there are veterans. They fight for these organizations, and now they are free, and we take these fighters. You know what I mean? We look for great fighters. Now we have a chance, because not lots of events are now of the Corona epidemic. You know, now for us it's easier to take like this great of fighters. You know, because we give them an opportunity to make money and to fight. You know. And and I'm really happy for it. I say it will be huge, and the fans will like it.
So the huge event, but not with public, or maybe not many public.
It's without public. You know, it will be 100 people, because it's also not allowed. I think it's allowed right now. It's allowed to have 200 people. But when you have fighters and coaches, you know, you don't have enough more space for the other public. We will have VIP guests, you know, and that's it, you know.
Who is
some-
going to broadcasting this in Germany? How can we watch this in Germany and in Poland? How does it look like?
In Germany, it will be on Run Fighting, you know, Run Fighting stream. Back in the days, also KSW and UFC. They stream now one, yes, and Run Fighting will stream it. In Poland, right now we don't have a stream. We will look what we can do. You know, maybe in the future, you know, we will work on it. That we because our plan is from Adam, from my brother and me, that we also put lots of Polish fighters on the fight card and also on the on all events at EMC, you know, because I think Poland have great fighters, you know, there are great warriors and they come always to fight and give good fights, and we want have always Polish fighters on the fight cards, and we will cooperate with KSW to try to put also KSW fighters, and also in the future the good fighters from EMC, that they can fight at KSW. Yes, and my plan is, of course, maybe to make also a partnership with Polsat. I don't know, you know, our with the KSW TV. We will talk with Martin Lewandowski what we can do and what is the best, you know.
Okej. Panie Adamie, słyszałam od Iwana już wcześniej, że byliście w Polsce nie tylko po to, żeby się trochę rozeznać w rynku i jeszcze, powiedzmy, dowiedzieć czegoś więcej na temat możliwej kooperacji z polskimi zawodnikami, ale również żeby porozmawiać z KSW o ewentualnej współpracy, i wiemy, że gdzieś tam jest wola współpracy z ich strony.
Tak, spotkaliśmy się z Martin Lewandowski, omówiliśmy właśnie, jak to ma funkcjonować w przyszłości nasza współpraca, bo wiadomo, KSW ma swoich zawodników u nas w UFD Gym i ta współpraca już jakoś egzystuje, powiedzmy. Opracowaliśmy taki system, że współpraca nasza będzie funkcjonować z KSW w przyszłości z Martinem Lewandowskim i Maćkiem Kowalskim, w tym sensie, że będziemy po prostu chcieli to trochę do przodu popchnąć w ten sposób, żeby wymieniać się zawodnikami, żeby zawodnicy walczyli tak jak u was w Polsce, tak i u nas w Niemczech, a tak samo, żeby załatwić zawodnikom sponsoring, jakieś zabezpieczenie, żeby mogli trenować, żeby mogli się poczuć swobodnie, żeby się mogli skoncentrować właśnie na treningach. I to jest nasz cel przyszłościowy, żeby zawodnicy mogli się koncentrować na tym, żeby tylko trenować, żeby mogli walczyć w najwyższych nie kategoriach, tylko w najwyższych
W najlepszych organizacjach.
Organizacjach, tak jest.
Tak jest.
Po prostu chcemy też podgonić trochę ten UFC, że pokazać im też, że my też potrafimy po prostu w Europie, bo KSW jest najlepszy w Europie i nasza współpraca z KSW myślę, że będzie owocować i pokaże tam im za oceanem, że jesteśmy też mocni i po prostu umiemy zrobić fajne show i walki i po prostu fajterzy będą zadowoleni i motywowani przez to. Właśnie to jest nasz cel. Tak jak mówię, no, żeby przyszłościowo wyglądało to tak jak za oceanem.
Panie Adamie, pan jest człowiekiem biznesu przede wszystkim i dzięki temu, że potrafi pan te biznesy robić, jest pan w stanie także wspierać sport i zawodników sportów walki. Chciałam zapytać o takie wymierne korzyści, które płyną z tego. Czy to jest tak, że pan już może sobie pozwolić na to, żeby nie oczekiwać na przykład zwrotu ze sponsoringu, w sensie takim, że nie chodzi tylko i wyłącznie o promocję marki i o wymierne z tego wartości, czy może pan już sobie pozwolić na to, żeby chodziło tylko i wyłącznie o to, aby komuś pomagać i tyle?
Tak właśnie, na tym to polega sponsoring. Sponsoring polega na tym, żeby promować ludzi, którzy promują naszą markę firmową, wiadomo, coś za coś. Już wiadomo, że sponsoruje tutaj i klub, i zawodników i to już jest opłacalne. Człowiek jest znany, człowiek ma jakieś korzyści takie na rynku jakby rozpoznawcze, jakby to powiedzieć, tak? Ale w zasadzie, żeby z tego czerpać jakieś korzyści takie finansowe, to raczej w tym tego nie widzę w mojej sytuacji, bo robię to po prostu z tego powodu, żeby ten sport popchnąć do przodu i
Jasne.
żebyśmy byli razem mocniejsi po prostu.
Jasne.
Jako biznesmen myślę, że no nie można wszystkiego w życiu oczekiwać, ale myślę, że ktoś ma jakieś hobby. To jest moje hobby w zasadzie, tak powiem.
Super. Roberto, I've heard that you had a great fight camp in Croatia. Could you tell us something about this fight camp?
Yeah, it was nice. Was very good time in Croatia. 10 days.
How many
weather-
guys were there? How many guys?
Like 20, but 20 guys like pro. Very good guys. Very good guys. We had really tough sparring, tough training. Was 2 times a day, like here in Germany. So after training, we go on the beach. We go to rest in hotel. Then again, training was really nice time, but short. 10 days. I like to be like three weeks. What it's good, But what we can do, we need to back here in Germany because we have here cage wall. We have more space. There is not so good, but for the cage and this, we have only the ring. So, but next year maybe they gonna fix some cage wall, and then we can stay maybe 1 month. It's good weather, good time, good food. You can relax. You also train hard, So also rest sometimes is important.
This fight camp, was it a part of your next preparation for the next fight in KSW? Do you know something about your next fight in KSW?
Not yet. I need to talk with my manager, but fight camp was good. It's what I can say. I'm always in training, so it's my job. I like to do this. I'm not like other guys. I never take rest. I keep going, and I like to train. So we will see. I think soon gonna see you in the Poland.
Ivan, you are making a poker face. You need to tell us, do you talk with KSW about next fight of Roberto?
I talk with KSW, yes, and I think we are.
Do you have on your eye anybody that you would like to Roberto to fight with? Because as I know,
Yes,
as I remember,
have-
Roberto already said that.
I have somebody. I say again, my dream fight is for Roberto Paul Daly. This fight won Roberto. This fight also, I think, won KSW, Martin Lewandowski. This also won Paul Daly. I talk also with Paul Daly. But
So where's the problem? Where's the problem?
I think problem is Scott Cooker, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't talk with Scott Cooker. I cannot say, I'm not the organization. But I think the problem is Scott Cooker. Maybe, it's a Bellator fighter, and when some KSW champion destroyed some good Bellator fighters, maybe not so good for the Bellator. I don't know. I think what we can do, that for everybody is good to make 2 fights. 1 fight at KSW, 2nd fight at Bellator. I think Martin will also agree this. I don't know, I only talk now
For yourself, I know.
yes, and but I think this fight will be really huge. 2 knockout artists, and Paul Daly is a legend. I love his style. I love him as a fighter, and I think this will be really a great fight, not only for Polish fans. I think it's a fight for whole world, and everybody will be exciting to watch this fight. And I think also they both can sell lots of pay-per-views for this fight, But end of the day, it's not in our hand, We will
Okay,
see.
so if Paul Daly will be still out of reach and Roberto cannot fight with him, so then what? Andrzej Grzebyk?
Yes, this guy, I give him big respect. He's a dangerous guy. He has the same record than Roberto, I think. 10
Or the
winning
similar, yeah.
yes, 9 winning streak, all by knockout by finish, I think. And no, it's a double champ at Fan. He make a good debut. He win his fight in KSW in the second round by stoppage. No, it's a serious fighter, a dangerous fighter, great stand-up fighter. It's a good. I say again, look, this is a good fight for Poland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I look also worldwide. You know, it's.
Yes.
I think when you ask somebody in England, did you know Grzebyk? When you ask somebody in Croatia, when you ask somebody in Germany, when you ask somebody, I don't know, in Ireland, but when you ask somebody in USA, you know, they don't know him. But ask somebody for Roberto, believe me, they know him. You know, for Grzebyk is a good fight. It's a great fight. You know, for Roberto, I see it's only walk. You know what I mean? Like from this fight, he can nothing win. You know, only he fight and that's it. You know, Grzebyk can only win in this fight because Roberto have only to fight to win, and yes, I think I love that Roberto fight with a huge name. You know, problem is also the all the great fighters. I will say, you know, I want also that Roberto fight with Masvidal, with I don't know, with Usman. You know, because like this, I say again, I believe really, you know, that Roberto can already fight with these guys. You know, and I don't think that Roberto is not good enough for these guys. But these guys fight in a different organization, and this is the problem. You know, I would love that all the organization mix up. You know, to make a real world champion. You know, from all the best 5 organization to make a tournament. You know, and see really who is really the best welterweight, who's really the best, I don't know, heavyweight, you know. But this is only a dream, and this I don't think that we will see this, you know, maybe in 50 years, I don't know. But we will see, you know, what plan KSW have when KSW wants that Roberto fight with Grzebyk. Yes, of course, we will.
Okay.
When everything is good, you know, when everything is right on the paper and the right numbers, of course, everything, this will not be a problem.
Roberto, 2 short questions. Were you impressed with how Andrzej Grzebyk won this fight in debut for the KSW?
I see every guy who step in the cage is dangerous fighter. So he's also dangerous, good striker, good wrestling. I saw good moves, you know. But I'm also trouble for everyone, you know. So I
You
believe
are.
in myself. Yeah, I believe in myself. So it's good. I like to challenge. He's 9 wins on the straight, you know. So most of it's TKO. So this fight make me motivation for I train good, you know, to train hard. It's not big name, but he's dangerous, you know. So he when he won the fight, he jumped in the cage and he said to me, hey, "Let's go," you know. So he don't have fear. It's Polish character, you know. So I expect tough fight, but I'm ready. What my manager say for everyone. And when I step in the cage, so I'm trouble, and so let's have.
So guys, would you be ready on September?
I think no, it's too short.
Too short?
Yeah, I think so. It's too short. No.
Okay. As we know, KSW plans to do 3 more events, maybe 4 if there will be. So let's see.
I heard they plan more events.
Well, you hear more, so I believe you.
Maybe I have wrong, you know. Maybe somebody told me some. Maybe some give me some wrong information, you know.
You know, I have some information about possible dates of this event, so that's why I say 3 or maybe 4, but we'll see. Okay, Ivan, I want to ask you about also about other guys that are cooperating with KSW and they are on the roster. But first of all, you've promised me that you will give me some more names about EMC, and we
Yes.
can announce 2 fights that will
right.
be held on 5th September. So I'm hearing you now.
Okay, the fight, Konrad Drishka will fight, is a welterweight fight, you know, at 77 kilo. Konrad Drishka, he have, I think, 10-1-1. He fight against the Bellator veteran Walter Puglisi, 7-2. And we have a lightweight fight. I will say this is one of the biggest talents in Europe. For me, is it the next Mehmet Khalidov? He's also a Chechenian guy from Switzerland. You know, he is undefeated 6-0, 20 years old, also undefeated as amateur. I think as amateur 18 fights and is 18-0. Hussein is a UFD Gym fighter, and he fight against the experienced Braziliana Philip Maia, who fights in his last fight for the GMC belt against Saba Bulagi.
Okej. Panie Adamie, widzę, że się pan bardzo ożywił, jak Iwan wspomniał o Huseinie. Co pan może powiedzieć więcej o tym zawodniku?
No, Hussein jest 20 lat, ma dopiero, jest młodym zawodnikiem, jest bardzo utalentowanym zawodnikiem. Każdy, kto go zobaczy, to może powiedzieć, że jest bardzo utalentowany, to jest 100%, tak? I niektórzy, którzy znają Mehmet Khalidowa, to mówią, że to jest drugi Khalidow. Także naprawdę mogę to potwierdzić i ten młody chłopak, 20 lat, naprawdę ma przed sobą dużą karierę, naprawdę.
He's now in the All-Star Gym and train together with Kazmat, who have also a big hype right now at UFC, who make 2 wins in 10 days. And he's a good friend of him, you know, they wrestled back in the days in Chechnya together. Yes, I would love to see Hussein that he get the contract from KSW. I think Hussein will make big things in the future. I say again, this kid is only 20 years old and he's right now for everybody trouble. You know, in lightweight or in featherweight, really, it is a big talent and a great fighter.
Iwan, można powiedzieć, że w amatorach rekord 18-0.
Tak.
Tak. Imponujące.
Tak. A w zawodowym teraz Hussein ma 6-0. No to wiadomo, coś za coś mówi to, nie? No
jasne.
Wiadomo.
Póki co
Jeszcze
chłopak
chciałem
nie
zapytać takie na obrzeżu, przyszło mi
And
takie do głowy.
all finished in the pro, all finished, you know, by submission or by knockout.
Wszystko przed czasem, okej.
Jeszcze chciałem powrócić do walki mojego Roberto.
Bardzo dziękuję za wsparcie, Adam.
To fajne jest, ale
Adam,
chciałem zapytać jeszcze Roberto i właśnie taka walka Roberto przeciwko Grzebykowi, czy to jest
Grzebykowi.
polski McGregor? Jak w ogóle jest, moje pytanie jest takie, jak w ogóle, sorry, że się pomyliłem, moje pytanie jest, jak w ogóle fani czy chcą takiej walki polskiego McGregora z naszym czempionem tutaj KSW Roberto? Czy w ogóle chcą tej walki? Czy jakoś fanowie, o fanów nie chodzi?
Tak, jeśli chodzi o fanów, panie Adamie, to wygląda to tak, że oczywiście zdania są jak zwykle podzielone, bo jak pan zapewne wie, w polskim MMA jest tylu fanów, znaczy jak mamy 20 fanów w jednej sali, to jest 25 opinii na jeden temat i tak jest po prostu zawsze. Ale owszem, fani są bardzo zainteresowani takim starciem z Andrzejem Grzebykiem. Także myślę, że jeżeli nie udałoby się zdobyć Paula Daly, o czym rozmawialiśmy przed chwilą z Iwanem, a jest tam widać jakiś zgrzyt, że no chyba raczej jest to marna szansa na to, żeby tą walkę zobaczyć, to Andrzej Grzebyk jest jednym z 2-3 zawodników, których polscy fani rozważają jako rywala dla Roberto. I powiem tak, nie wszyscy fani skazują Andrzeja na porażkę. Wręcz przeciwnie, widzą w nim spory
super.
potencjał, co jest też dla Roberto fajnym wyzwaniem. Zresztą on sam mówił, że on lubi wyzwania, więc jego nazwisko Andrzeja Grzebyka kręci, tak? Bo to jest fajny medialny facet, który w dodatku potrafi się świetnie pokazać w klatce. Także ja osobiście też jestem zwolenniczką tego zestawienia.
A pani rozmawiała z zawodnikiem właśnie Grzybkiem
Tak.
i on jest po prostu też za tym, żeby walczyć? Czy...
Tak, on jest bardzo, bardzo za tym. On zresztą
Bardzo
chciał już nawet w
fajnie.
debiucie walczyć z Roberto, więc tym swoim pokonaniem przed czasem Jakubca udowodnił jakby swoją wartość
tak.
i
Widziałem,
uważa,
byłem.
że teraz jak najbardziej taka walka z Roberto mogłaby się odbyć.
Super.
Natomiast no też trzeba pamiętać o tym, że w dywizji półśredniej w KSW są inni zawodnicy, którzy mogliby też stanąć do walki z Roberto. Między innymi kolega z managementu, z Artnox Fight Sport, Michał Michalski, który jest w tym samym managemencie, w którym jest Andrzej Grzebyk.
A, rozumiem. Ale Michalski, znasz?
Guys, I just said that fans are talking about your fight, Roberto, with Andrzej Grzebyk, but also there is a guy whose name is Michał Michalski, and he has 2 wins in a row. And also,
dangerous guy.
yeah, he's very dangerous. He's very attractive, and he's doing a lot of great things in the cage. He's a stand-up fighter, so a guy with whom you could have a good, very bloody fight.
Czy mógłbym powiedzieć moje marzenie, które by się mogło
Pewnie.
spełnić, które bym chciał? Ja bym chciał Grzybek, żeby walczył Grzybek przeciwko McGregor, polski McGregor przeciwko naszemu Robertowi. To jest moje marzenie.
No myślę, że jeżeli tak wszystko będzie się układało, jak się układa, to pewnie
Tak.
zobaczymy to szybciej niż później.
Może pogaramy, nie? Może tak.
Tak, absolutnie. Ja już na samą myśl absolutnie jestem fanką tego starcia, więc bardzo chętnie je zobaczę. Iwan, so we were supposed to talk short. It's always impossible with you. Last questions. I need to talk about your guys in KSW. So first of all, Anton Racic, he wrote some information for the fans that he is coming back to preparation camp, and we will soon get to know some information about his next fight.
Is right, yes. Anton have fight normally in May, to defend his KSW bantamweight belt, but this Corona fuck everything. But he will come soon also back in a cage. I cannot say the date, but what I can say, it's soon, we will see him soon. And I'm also happy for it, that he will be soon in the cage again.
And we have a good announcement from yesterday. Armen Stepanian, your guy from the UFD Gym, is fighting with a guy who is doing his job in the cage quite well, because Sebastian Rajewski is a very dangerous guy. How do you feel this fight? And is it good for Artem to have this kind of debut with a guy who is knocking out his opponents?
I think it will be a good fight. Both fighters are really strong and good fighters, and I think Artem no hard fights. He fights in ACB with really strong guys. In his first fights, Armen have a record from 6 wins and 3 losses, but we must see who he fight. And. Really tough fights in the beginning of his career, He don't choice. He fights with everybody. He's a real Armenia warrior, and it will be a great fight against Rajewski. Rajewski is a stand-up fighter, but he trained together with Garmot, with Boris Mankowski. I think he's also good on the ground, and I see for both a tough and good fight for the fans,
Will we see Shamil Musayev in UFD Gym soon? Because when we last talked about this guy, you said that there could be some problems with having another fight in KSW because Shamil is in Russia, and it would be better for him to be in Germany. So it's a plan like this?
Yes, it's a plan that Shamil come over soon in Germany to train together with Roberto, with David Zawada, with Abus Magomedov, you know, and with our other guys here. What can I say? It's also Scott Askham, I think, will come tomorrow to Germany and prepare for his next fight in UFD Gym.
Well,
Scott
that's
talk-
news. Oh,
Yes, Scott talked with my brother, you know, and he asked him to come over. My brother say, of course, no problem, and I think it's great for everybody, you know. This kind of fighters that they train together. We have here also Gelson Tibau, who is now our new grappling coach. You know, he helps a lot with his experience of 29 UFC fights. You know, he fights with everybody. He's second most takedowns in the UFC history, and we have a great team. You know, also Saladin also come because before his injury, he also come lots of time. You know, no, really great fighters, great team, and I think for everybody is great. You know, when you train with the best, you will be the best. You know.
Ivan, and what about Abus Magomedov? Because fans in Poland are worried that between the announcement that he's going to fight for KSW and his debut is such a long time.
I say you what was Abus must fight last year in October against Dricos, but then Abus injured, you know, he stepped out. Then Abus must fight at KSW 53 in March against Dricos, but Dricos canceled the fight with Abus. Then they give Abus Albert Durayev. Yes, but then then this happened with the Corona. Now I think we will see him in the next events of KSW, and he will make his debut soon at KSW. You know.
Great. Okay. I understand that you talk with KSW with about his fight, and do you already know an opponent for Abus, or maybe it's still nothing?
No, I don't know right now the opponent. You know, it's because also, you know, little tricky with Corona. Not everybody can travel. You know, I don't know who will be. I would love that Abus fight in his debut. I think this will be a nice fight with the undefeated guy who fight with Alexander Ilic, you know, in Croatia. Kicek is right? Kicek?
Yeah.
Yes. I think this is a good match for both. But we will see. I don't know. I'm not KSW, and I'm not the matchmaker. I don't decide. This decide Vojislav, Martin Lewandowski and Kavul, and Abus fight also with everybody. Who they give him, he will fight.
Okay, and at the end of this talk, we don't know for now where the EMC will be held. Do you want to announce it now, or maybe this will be something that we will get the information
later?
No,
I can. It's a TV production, you know. It will be in the gym, you know. It's a TV pro because it don't make sense to take an arena because it's not allowed to put a public in, you know. And we make it there. It's easier, you know. We have everything. We must only put the cage in the middle, you know, and put all the seats, make everything black for the production. And we have the lights and everything, you know, and yes.
Okej. Panie Adamie, czy planujecie organizować EMC poza granicami Niemiec, czy tylko i wyłącznie w Niemczech?
Raczej tylko w Niemczech, po prostu na tym bazujemy, żeby w Niemczech zostać, dlatego że współpracujemy z KSW i zostawiamy to po prostu tej organizacji, żeby to oni robili poza granicami, a my jako na bazis współpracy i zostajemy po prostu w Niemczech.
Okay.
Rozmawialiśmy na ten temat w Warszawie, byliśmy teraz, rozmawialiśmy z Maćkiem Kawolskim i z Martinem Lewandowskim i też przyjedzie jeden z nich, chyba mi się wydaje, że to będzie Martin Lewandowski, który przyjedzie na EMC 5 września do nas.
Ivan, can we expect some other Polish guys on the fight card of EMC?
Yes, you can expect. We have some fighters from Poland, you know. We have some guy who is ready, who signed the contract also already, and is a great fighter. Is a young talent fighter who I expect also fireworks in the cage. You know, I heard he's a big talent and a great fight style. You know, what I see is really good. Yes, and we plan already more fighters. You know, not only here, more fighters. I wait on one more fighter from KSW that he signed a contract for EMC for this fight. You know, for EMC fight for EMC 5, and we will see. But I say what I say before. Our plan is for the future put on all EMC events some Polish fighters. You know, because I love Polish fighters. They are real warriors and true fighters. You know, they expect every challenge and they want fight with the best, and this I like. You know, they don't make too much politics. They don't look at record statistic. They want to fight, and this type of fighters I like, and I try to bring this type of fighters to EMC.
Okay. Roberto, the last one question for you. How do you think, is Kamaru Usman is going to be a champ for a long time, or maybe you see somebody in UFC that could take the belt from him?
I think, it's true champion. You know, I think with the Gilbert Burns, he will have some problems.
Oh.
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah, because they train long time together, so they know each other. I think Gilbert is more dangerous, more aggressive fighter. You know, I think he can break him on the pressure. So
That's
gonna be, you know, it's like 50-50 every fight in like same level, but depend on the what night, you know. But I think Gilbert Burns can defeat him.
Okay, I understand. Okay, gentlemen, it was a pleasure for me to talk with you. We've got some... Yeah?
Jeszcze chciałem dodać do tej mojej rozmowy ostatniej, że właśnie w Niemczech EMC robimy w Niemczech, ale także była rozmowa i chcemy razem z Maćkiem Kawolskim i Martinem Lewandowskim w następnym roku, bo jeszcze nie było w Niemczech KSW, chcemy sprowadzić, my razem wszyscy, chcemy sprowadzić właśnie do Niemiec, żeby zrobili właśnie u nas galę taką KSW, taką porządną. To jeszcze było, które mogę zdradzić właśnie taką tajemnicę, że jest w planie w następnym roku dla polskiej publiczności, dla polskich fanów KSW i w ogóle MMA stworzyć tutaj w Niemczech właśnie takiej gali.
Super. Okay, Ivan, we could talk about your fighters for a long time. I know that I didn't ask you about brothers Zawada and so on, but we're still in the contact, so I
Of
think
course,
that
no.
it's
I
not
hope-
the last interview.
I hope we will see each other on EMC 5. Here I invite you and you can come and be live on the event and make some interviews with the fighters and see the event live, you know.
For sure we do. I already have it on my schedule, so it will be pleasure for us to give some good content from your event to our fans also in Poland, not only in Poland, because a lot of people outside of Poland is watching our channel on YouTube. So, gentlemen, one more time I would like to say thank you for this talk. Panie Adamie, bardzo panu dziękuję za
Dziękuję,
rozmowę.
pozdrawiam wszystkich fanów i w Niemczech, i w Polsce, i w Holandii, w Belgii, i w Londynie, na naszej tutaj płaszczyźnie. Dziękuję.
Pięknie. Ivan, Roberto, thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me. Guys, stay tuned because we are going to give you some more information about EMC until the 5th of September, and then we will see each other in Düsseldorf and talk live with the guys that are going to fight there. Thank you very much. Dziękujemy bardzo.
Dziękujemy.